If you believe your weapon wants to murder all existence, and so it will. And Juju is an exotic pulse rifle, and the first of our exotic weapon reviews. You can get this one quite easily actually. You just need to hope you get an exotic bounty, and then take the Toland's Legacy one. It's the easiest one to get because it's in both of the two sets of exotic bounties you can take. So I'd say this is a good starting point for Vanguard acquired exotic weapons, as it's one of the more general ones. Personally, this is one of my favorite, well, not one of, but my favorite pulse rifle in the game, because its set of perks and stats are just a really good kind of middle point between the usual fast firing ones and the high impact ones. It starts off with good perks that you can change between. It starts off with full auto, you don't even need to put it on, and that's awesome if you're just starting off with pulse rifles and you've not really used them before. It's a good starting point, so you don't have to use fully automatic, but if you're more like me, then you're probably going to use it. And it also starts off with smooth ballistics, which gives it less recoil, but a tiny impact to impact. And then the second unlock for it is soft ballistics. Same thing, except a little bit less recoil and a little bit less impact. And then the last one you can unlock, which is one I use, is smart drift control. It's got predictable and controllable recoil, but a penalty to range. The first upgrade you'll unlock is hipfire, and then after that you'll get choice between armor piercing rounds, send it, which increases range and accuracy, and perfect balance, which gives it very low recoil. And then the exotic perk. This weapon reloads instantly after a kill and increases damage and gives you more super, which is very helpful if you want to just kill lots and lots of enemies. But as you can see from this gameplay footage now, it's very good for killing low level enemies, but when you start getting to enemies with lots of health, it kind of starts to wear down. So this weapon is great looking. It's one of the more exotic looking exotics with the bones on it and the green flames. It looks like a weapon Toland the Shattered would use. And it was actually. And it's great for groups of enemies like Thralls and Shanks and Dregs, but when it comes to yellow health bar enemies and bosses, it's not the best weapon. You're going to want to use a different one, but if you're just going around in normal missions, it's a good weapon. Just always remember to aim to the head so you can try to finish that, get the perk and instantly reload. And you're going to want to aim for the head because it's only got a 24 bullet magazine. Now, from what I've been using it, it's very helpful in PvE gameplay, which is why all the gameplay here is PvE. I did have some Crucible gameplay, but honestly, this weapon, pulse rifles in general, and this weapon aren't really the best for the Crucible, and I'm not very good at the Crucible either, so I've not got any gameplay of that. But I'd say this is much more of a PvE weapon than a PvP. So if you are more of a PvP player, I'd recommend taking one of the other weapons like Invective or Thorn. But if you play both modes, or just PvE, this is a great weapon. Unless you're going for the raids, in which case the enemies usually have too much health. I did test it out a bit in the first area of Crota's End, and it wasn't as effective as I thought it would be, so if you're good with pulse rifles, it's probably better, because obviously this is my first pulse rifle. But here's some footage of all the upgrades again, so you can see them. And I'd say if you're stuck between choosing for bounties, I'd say take this or Thorn, because those two weapons, although Thorn's a lot harder to get, it's a great weapon. So, bad Juju. Our next video will be of Thunderlord. Goodbye.